welcome to CoreTV News at 4. I am Geft Ogete. A federal high court in Lagos has slated August 13, 2015 for judgment in a fundamental rights enforcement suit filed by former Deputy Governor of Ondo State, Ali Olanusi, to challenge his impeachment. Olanusi, who was impeached on April 27, 2015, had sued the IG and the chairman of the 7-man investigative panel, which found him guilty of impeachable offences. Olatunji Adeniran, Justice Muhammad Idris, adjourned for judgment on Monday after taking arguments from the parties. In his suit, which was transferred from the Akure Division of the Federal High Court to the Lagos Division so that it could be urgently heard, Olanusi is contending that the Adeniran-led panel breached his fundamental rights to fair hearing. Olanusi claimed that the impeachment panel did not give him adequate time and facility to defend himself against allegations of misconduct, which he was found guilty of. He therefore sought an order quenching the proceedings and the report of the Adeniran-led 7-man impeachment panel, which recommended him for impeachment. He also sought an order nullifying his removal as the Ondo State Deputy Governor by the State House of Assembly on April 27, 2015. But in a parliamentary objection brought before Justice Idris on Monday through Jegede Adeniran, urged the court to discountenance Olanusi and strike out his suit. Jegede, who described Olanusi's suit as an abuse of court processes, said the ex-deputy governor curved by approaching the court through a fundamental right enforcement application to challenge his impeachment, pointing out that Olanusi's application was not filed in compliance with Order Rule 1 of the Fundamental Rights Enforcement Procedure 2009. Jegede said the suit was defective and urged the court to strike it out. President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered all ministries, departments and agencies of government to stop operating multiple bank accounts for revenues and incomes. They are henceforth to pay all revenues, incomes and other receipts into a treasury single account domiciled with the Central Bank of Nigeria. Senior Special Assistant to the Vice President on Media and Publicity, Laolu Akonde, revealed this in a statement issued on Sunday in Abuja. He explained that the President's directive was meant to promote transparency and facilitate compliance with Sections 80 and 162 of the Constitution. Akonde emphasized that the directive applies to fully funded organs of government like ministries, departments, agencies and foreign missions, as well as the partially funded ones like teaching hospitals, medical centers and federal tertiary institutions. Affected MDAs include the central banks, customs, Federal Inland Revenue Services, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Nigeria Ports Authority. The Association of Local Government of Nigeria, ALGON, a body that comprises the elected chairman and other elected members of the local councils across the country, have accused the Nigeria Police Force of bias in the handling of the dissolution of elected local government council executives in Plateau State. Our correspondent in Plateau State has more in this report presented from our studios. We do apologize, we cannot bring you that report immediately. We'll sort it out and bring it to you in our subsequent news bulletins. The West African Examination Council says results of government-sponsored candidates of indebted states will not be released until there is advance payment guarantees from reputable banks. The head of Nigerian National Office of the examination body, Charles Eguridu, reiterated this while announcing the release of the 2015 May-June West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Abiola Lule has more in this package.
According to the head, WAEC National Office, Charles Eguridu, out of 1.5 million candidates who sat for the May-June examination, result of 118,101 candidates are being withheld in connection with various cases of examination malpractice.
The cases are being investigated, and reports of the investigations will be presented to the Nigerian Examinations Committee of the Council in due course for consideration. The committee's decisions will be communicated to the affected candidates through their schools.
Egwerido, who says a total of 758,849 candidates obtained 6 credits and above, insisted that the result of candidates of Delta states will not be released until such states fulfill their financial obligations to the examination body.
After reviewing the situation, the Council has decided that results of government-sponsored candidates of indebted states will be released if such states endeavor to produce advance payment guarantees from reputable banks, so that the Council will be assured that the fees will be paid.
It will be recalled that WAEC raised an alarm on the debt issue at a media briefing held on July 27th. The action of the examination body has prompted some states to respond positively.
Other states on their own have paid. I've not even mentioned the names of the states that have paid, except the governor of Ogun State that announced his own. And on those states you have told, made an announcement. I have not even told you the states that have paid, that are not even owing. So the situation is rather fluid as it is now.
The results will be made available on the official website of WAEC 24 hours after the release. Abiola Oluwole, CoreTV News, Lagos.
Troops have carried out an attack on camps of militants believed to have launched the recent attack on a military base in Nembe, Bayelsa State. The Defense Headquarters said in a statement issued in Abuja that 6 suspects, including 2 women, were arrested in the raid, which yielded large quantities of arms and ammunition, 3 speedboats, communication gadgets, and generators. It ordered that the suspects are helping the Joint Task Force in investigations, while more troops are on the trail of other suspects. The military authorities also disclosed that the soldiers destroyed the militant camp located in River State. The incessant attacks by insurgents in the northeast part of the country has increased tremendously under the present administration of President Muhammadu Buhari due to inappropriate methods of fighting the menace. This is according to the founder of Ifa Olokun and leader of Odua People's Congress, Gani Adams, speaking during the 10th anniversary of Agbamo community in Kwara State. The report.
According to Gani Adams, military hands alone cannot solve the persistent increase in Boko Haram activities in the northeast. The best way, according to him, is to give room for dialogue between the government and the sects with a peacekeeping committee in place. He stressed that fighting Boko Haram with military will give room for propaganda, as the depth of their activities are still unknown.
Firstly, I will advise federal government to make sure they reconcile or build a standing committee to dialogue with the Boko Haram. The issue of terrorism in the global village, I don't see a situation that you can have a mind that you can win that war militarily. Because the war you are fighting with them, you don't know the figures of the people that you want to confront with your might or your equipment. The people fighting you, they are fighting a guerrilla war. You don't even know who you want to fight. The person you suppose as a citizen of Nigeria have been infiltrated, have been brainwashed to be part and parcel of this ugly group. And if care is not taken, if the government did not dialogue with them, they will infiltrate other regions.
Gani Adams also urged the federal government on the security of pipelines. He reiterates security as everybody's business, and as such, the military alone can guarantee the maximum security of pipelines as the country loses over 1.3 trillion naira to vandalism.
The contract terminated in June 15 after a period of 3 months. And after a period of 3 months, they roll in the army, civil defense to protect the pipeline. And for the period of that 3 months, Nigeria have lost almost 200 people. You can see what happened in Arepo. Nigeria lost nothing less than 140 people. Nigeria is a country that did not realize that security is something that every hand must be on deck to protect our system. It's not lies on the law enforcement agent alone. If I have an information, if I don't divulge the information to the law enforcement, it can't be successful. Information is power. We are talking of the community that this pipeline passed through, for the people of that community to protect it and cooperate with the law enforcement agent.
It will be recalled that the present government has recently revoked the contract given to Odua People's Congress to secure the pipelines by the past administration. But as we count days into President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, the question would be how best can the nation tackle the threat posed by both insurgency and criminals to economy and lives of Nigerians. Rashid, CoreTV News, Agbamu, Kwara State.
Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose has called for the removal of Amina Zakaria as acting chairperson of the Independent National Electoral Commission, saying the appointment is unknown to the 1999 Constitution. Fayose, in a statement issued on Sunday by his Special Assistant on Public Relations on Public Communications and New Media, Larry Olainka, said the most honorable thing for President Buhari to do was to rescind the unlawful appointment of Mrs. Zakaria as INEC acting chairperson. According to the statement, President Muhammadu Buhari's appointment of his in-law, Zakari, posed danger to democracy, adding that the Constitution has amended, which established INEC and other federal executive bodies, did not make any provision for the appointment of acting chairman. According to him, quotes, since Zakari's tenure as INEC National Electoral Commissioner has expired, she cannot continue to preside legally on INEC affairs, except if duly appointed as substantive chairman of the commission, as provided in Section 154, 1 and 3 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended. End of quote. Kwara State Chairman of People's Democratic Party, Yola Oyedepo, has welcomed the idea of the President Muhammadu Buhari in the fight against corruption and to make Nigerians clean of corrupt practices. He ordered that the recent statement on probe of some of the ministers who served under the former president is a good idea, but he should not be biased. It's CoreTV News at 4. We'll take this break. Please stay with us.
Is it crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trading looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. Excuse me, don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute, I said to hell.
On Core Digest,
I want to know why I should be believing them.
every weekday, we bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody have the right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
They talk to her husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Also, some people will strong for Yoruba land. Will be strong man. We don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned with us. Now, for more information on CoreTV News, you can reach us on our social media platforms, facebook.com/CoreTV News. On Twitter at CoreTV News NG. And on YouTube at youtube.com/CoreTV News. Senate President Bukola Saraki has accused a popular online medium, Sahara Reporters, of producing and posting a fake UK passport of its website to tarnish his reputation. He has also urged the British authorities to investigate what he described as an act of criminality. The Senate President ordered in a statement by his special assistant on new media, Bamikole Omisore, that his UK solicitors have written the passport officers in Britain on the need to get to the root of the alleged forgery and prosecute the offenders. Saraki also denied claims that he is not a Nigerian citizen. He admits having a dual citizenship, but argued that nothing in the Nigerian constitution prevents him from aspiring for elective office. The Senate President cited Section 25, subsection 1C to buttress his point and suggested that Sahara Reporters was serving the interest of an unnamed sponsor whose identity he claimed would soon be made public. Kaduna is set to begin the second round of the verification of civil servants as part of ongoing efforts to clean up the payroll. Government officials say the next round is to authenticate the outcome of the first exercise. Special Assistant, Media and Publicity to the Governor, Samuel Arwan, disclosed in a statement that the exercise will resume on Monday, August 10. He ordered that the permanent secretaries and other senior government officials are expected to identify their staff in the next phase of the exercise. The government expects all civil servants to present either their national identity card, voters card, international passports, or driver's license for physical verification. The workers have since been informed that the exercise is a precondition for the payment of their July salaries. The Mo Rotary Club has installed new leadership and award members who had outstandingly given their best to the service of humanity. The memorable event had members across the state in attendance. The president of the club, while speaking to CoreTV News, said the essence of the event is to bring in credible leaders to pilot the affairs of the club throughout the state and beyond. He called on the awardees to continue in their good work. The National Human Rights Commission has inaugurated a three-man panel to resolve the conflicts between the Federal University of Minna and Gidan Kwano community and other neighboring village in Niger State. Senior Special Assistant to Executive Secretary of NHRC, Lambert Okpara, said in a statement that the panel comprised Maman Asuman as the chairman, with Jibrin Okutepa and the Solicitor General of Nasarawa State, Abigail Wawa, as members. According to Oprah, the NHRC had received complaints from some affected communities around the site of the Federal University of Technology, Minna, stating that they were facing ejection. Chairman of the newly inaugurated panel, Osuman, said the committee would capitalize on the confidence which all the parties to the dispute had in the intervention of the NHRC as a neutral body. It's CoreTV News at 4. We'll take another break. Please stay with us.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to your husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Also, some people will stand for Yoruba land, will be strong man. We don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Good to have you stay tuned with us. A Rwandan UN peacekeeper in the Central African Republic has shot dead 4 of his colleagues and wounded 8 others at their base before being gunned down himself. Military sources have said the UN said it was opening an investigation into the killings, which it called the worst such incident to hit the peacekeeping mission in the country since it was deployed in September 2014. A Rwandan soldier picked up his gun and killed his 4 colleagues before being gunned down. The shooting happened at the Rwandan contingent base in the capital, Bangui, and the reasons for the violence remain unknown, said a car military officer on condition of anonymity. The force comprises 10,800 troops drawn from Burundi, Cameroon, Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Rwanda, Morocco, Senegal, Pakistan, and Indonesia. The unrest in CORE was spurred by a 2013 coup that ousted President Francois Bozize and then pushed the country into a conflict that took on a religious dimension, pitting sections of the Christian and Muslim populations against one another. A former Minister of Defense, General Domkat Bali, retired, has denied being indebted to any bank, saying he never took any loan from Access Bank PLC, as published in some newspapers last week. Bali was listed alongside the pastor and pro-chancellor, chairman of the governing council of the Redeemers University, Tokunbo Adesanya, in a publication by the bank in respect of a 279 million naira loan facility by Lucratel Limited, a telecommunications infrastructure service provider. But in a statement issued on Sunday by Oluleke, a business management consultant, Bali vehemently rejected the publication linking him and Adesanya with the loan. Retired General Domkat Bali and Pastor Tokunbo Adesanya never took any loan from and have never owed Access Bank. They were never shareholders or executive directors of Lucratel Limited, the statement said. Although Bali admitted that he and Adesanya were honorary chairman and members respectively of Lucratel Limited between 2008 and 2009, he said they were neither shareholders nor were they ever involved in the management of the company as executive directors. The Central Bank of Nigeria, in agreement with the Bankers Committee, put on hold the rollout of cashless policy exercise nationwide. This is against the background of the plan to embark on infrastructural development in other states, such that when it is rolled out, it will be without challenge to customers and to the banking public generally. Currently, cashless Nigeria is running in 5 states plus the Federal Capital Territory. The states are Lagos, Ogun, Anambra, Rivers, and Kano plus Abuja. Segun Agbaje, who addressed the issue on domiciliary accounts as discussed by the committee, said the operation of the domiciliary accounts still remains same, where a customer have vested access to his money. The committee also discussed issues bordering on delinquent debtors, saying they have been receiving responses as they expect. They also agreed to follow up with sanctions to be meted on the directors of the firms that are published as delinquent debtors. As a 3-month campaign against imported poultry by the Nigeria Customs Service enters its 3rd week, smuggling and sale of the product have not abated. In the last 2 weeks of the operation Hawk the Scent, the customs have seized over 32 billion naira worth of poultry smuggled into the country through the southeastern axis of Nigeria-Benin border. In a statement on its website, the NCS said it had recorded seizures worth 21 million naira in cartons in the 2nd week of the operation Hawk the Scent. This was in addition to 1,803 cartons of poultry worth over 12 million naira seized during the 1st week of the operation, an increase of over 9 million naira on the whole. The seizures, which consist of 8,009 cartons of banned products, were recorded at villages around the borders in Idiroko, Badagry Creeks, Badagry Waterway, all in Lagos State, and Agbara in Ogun State. Many of the seizures were said to have been made on the Iyafin Badagry Waterway on the lagoon that stretches through the Nigeria-Benin border. The Controller General of Customs, Abdullahi Diko, said the objective of the operation was to make imported poultry unattractive to Nigerian customers, turn it to a high-risk product for smugglers, and eventually cut out the supplies to nation's market. It's CoreTV News at 4, and now sports.
Our style, that's what he delivered.
Taking them out in the lead.
Now, sports. Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger says his team will recover from the nerves they suffered in the opening day Premier League defeat by West Ham. The Gunners lost 2-0 at home on Sunday despite having 62 of possession and 22 shots. Wenger says they will respond to the accident. He added that the players probably were too nervous and under pressure. Liverpool manager Brendan Rodgers says he nearly substituted Philip Coutinho before his late winner at stroke. Brazil midfielder scored the only goal with a stunning long-range strike in an otherwise drab encounter. Rodgers says he's glad he kept him and was fortunate he got the goal and stayed on.
Just as thoughts were turning to the possibility of a 0-0 draw, a goal to savour and remember from Liverpool's oh-so-talented Brazilian.
Manchester City manager Manuel Pellegrini says winger Raheem Sterling does not deserve criticism over his move from Liverpool. Sterling 20 became the most expensive British transfer after a City paid $49 million to sign the England international. Pellegrini says he has settled in very well, adding he wants to join City and embrace new challenges. City begin their Premier League campaign at West Brom on Monday at 20 British Standard Time. Nigeria coach Sunday Oliseh has invited 23 players from the domestic league to begin camp ahead of next month's Africa Cup of Nations qualifying match against Tanzania in Dar es Salaam. A few players were retained from Stephen Keshe's era, including Warri Wolves, Balahon Salami, Solomon Kwame and Nelson Ogbonnaya, while current Nigeria Premier League leading soccer Tunde Adeniji of Sunshine Stars and Heartlands Bright Ejike have been handed a first-time call-up. The new manager has called up goalkeepers Olufemi Thomas and Ikechukwu Ezenwa in the absence of Daniel Akpeyi, who was recently moved to Chippa United in South Africa. Akpeyi has been touted as a future successor to Vincent Nyama since his heroic denied Bafana a crucial victory and a friendly in the barn last March. And that's our news for this hour. Thank you so much for staying on with us. Join us again. I am Get or Getter. Good evening.